There was a king hiding in his garden all alone when his brother in his ear poured a little bit of henbane, stole his money and his crown and his widow. But the dead king walked and got his son and said, "Now listen, kiddo, I've been killed and it's your duty to take revenge on Claudius. Kill him quick and clean and tell the nation what a fraud he is." The kid said, "Okay, I'll do it, but I have to play it crafty so that no one will suspect me. I'll get on that I'm a dafty." So for all the world except Horatio, and he counts him as a friend, Hamlet, that's the kid, gets on that he's around the bend. And because he's not willing for obligatory killing, he tries to convince his uncle that he's tuppence off a shilling. Gets a rise out of Polonius, treats poor Ophelia vile, tells Rosencrantz and Guildenstern that Denmark's bloody vile. And a traveling troupe of actors like 784 arrive to do a special one-night gig in Elsinore. Hamlet, Hamlet, acting balmy. Hamlet, Hamlet, loves his mommy. Hamlet, Hamlet, hesitating. He wonders if the ghost's a fake, and that is why he's waiting. So Hamlet writes a scene for the players to enact so that he and Horatio can see if the king will crack. The play is called The Mousetrap, not the one that's playing now. And sure enough, the king walked out before the scene was through. So now Hamlet's got the goods that he gave his dad the dose. The only trouble being now is that Claudius knows he knows. And while Hamlet tells his mother that her husband's not a fit man, Uncle Claude takes out a contract with the English king as hitman. And when Hamlet kills Polonius and conceals the corpus delicti, that was the king's excuse to fit him with an English hempen necktie, with Rosencrantz and Guildenstern to make quite sure he got there. But Hamlet jumped the ship and put the finger straight on that pair. And when Ophelia heard her father had been killed by the man she was to marry, after saying it with flowers, she committed harry-carry. And when Laertes heard his dad had been killed in the bedroom of the heiress, he came running back to Elsinore, toot sweet hot foot from Paris. Hamlet, Hamlet, no messin'. Hamlet, Hamlet, learned his lesson. Hamlet, Hamlet, Yorick's crust convinced him all men, good or bad, must finally come to dust. Then Laertes lost his cool and demanded retribution, but the king said, "Keep your head and I'll provide you with solutions." He arranged a sword fight for the interested parties, with a blunted sword for Hamlet and a sharp sword for Laertes. And to make double sure, the old belt and braces swine, he rigged up a poisoned sword tip and a poisoned cup of wine. The poisoned sword got Hamlet, but Laertes went and fluffed it, 'cause he got stabbed himself and confessed before he snuffed it. Then Hamlet's mother drank the wine, and as her face was turning blue, Hamlet said, "This king's a baddie through and through, damned, murderous, incestuous Dane, to be precise." And he made up for hesitating once by killing Claudius twice, 'cause he stabbed him with his knife and forced the wine between his lips. And then he said, "The rest is silence," and he cashed in all his chips. They fired a volley over him that shook the topmost rafters, and Fortinbras, knee-deep in Danes, lived happily ever after. Hamlet, Hamlet, very gory. Hamlet, Hamlet, end of story. Hamlet, Hamlet, I'm on my way. And if you thought that was confusing, you should read the bloody play.